Karan Girotra is a professor at Cornell University, focused on urban planning and grocery supply chains. Professor, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thanks, Tyler, for having me.
There have been pictures of shelves being denuded of goods, whether it's food goods or paper goods or so forth. Is this a problem of supply or just demand run amok?
So I think in most of the products you mentioned, this is really panic buying and a short-term demand shock that is happening. It's also important to note that we have not suddenly started eating more and the actual need for food at a macro level hasn't increased. So what we're really seeing is a shift in the pattern of demand, not per se the substantial demand. So folks might be going to stores less often, buying more per trip, or shifting from eating out to eating at home. So we're really seeing shifting patterns and not necessarily a macro change in the total demand outside of products like hand sanitizers and other products which we are using more.
How quickly is it likely that the grocery stores or the big box stores will be able to replenish the supplies of whether they are non-perishable goods or perishable goods? How quickly can they get the shelves back the way they usually are?
So under normal circumstances, this should be under a week. It depends. A bigger regional supermarket chain, physical chain, can do it much less than a week. Smaller stores might take a little longer. So this should happen faster, the replenishment. But I do think for the next few months, we will see some short-term shortages. We will see a lot of small interruptions, not necessarily a long-term lack of food in the supply chain.
You know, I've heard people say you need 3 months worth of food in your house or 3 weeks of food in your house. How much food do you have in your house?
I think we have less than 3 weeks of food.
Less than 3 weeks of food. So let me ask you another question about that supply chain and how quickly it can snap back. I would imagine it would be different for different kinds of items, right?
Right, definitely. So vegetables, products which are largely grown domestically, I think they'll get back to ship faster. Packaged goods, and I think the interesting thing about supply chains is to put together a packaged goods. There are lots of different inputs. Perhaps the packaging comes in from China. Perhaps one particular can comes in from a raw material which is sourced globally. So, and those interactions will get exposed a little bit over the next few months. And so there we might see some disruptions. But again, I think overall, we haven't increased our overall food demand. So we'll see short-term disruptions, but people will not go hungry over the long run.
All right.